Thank you. Welcome to this listening video, where we'll be discussing the topic of avoidant attachment, what it is and where it comes from. Picture this: a young child reaching out for comfort but being met with a cold shoulder. This scene is the breeding ground for avoidant attachment, a pattern that often develops from early interactions with caregivers. Imagine a toddler falling and scraping their knee, looking up with tear-filled eyes for reassurance. Instead of a comforting hug, they receive a stern look or are told to stop crying. These moments, seemingly small, accumulate and teach the child that their emotional needs are an inconvenience. Over time, these children learn to stifle their cries and bury their need for affection deep within. The roots of avoidant attachment can typically be traced back to a child's formative years, where their primary caregivers were emotionally unavailable, unresponsive, or dismissive of the child's needs. Consider a family dynamic where the parents are preoccupied with their own stressors, such as work or personal issues. The child, sensing this, might try to gain their attention through various means, crying, clinging, or even acting out. However, if the parents repeatedly respond with impatience or neglect, the child starts to internalize a painful lesson. Their emotions are not valid or worthy of attention. This creates a fundamental mistrust in others' willingness to provide emotional support. When infants and young children seek comfort and security from their caregivers, they expect a nurturing response. However, if these caregivers consistently reject, ignore, or minimize the child's emotional expressions, the child learns to suppress their need for closeness. Picture a young child who runs to their parent after a bad dream, only to be told to go back to bed and stop being silly. This repeated dismissal teaches the child that expressing fear or seeking comfort is futile. As a defense mechanism, the child begins to hide their vulnerability, creating an illusion of self-sufficiency, while burying their natural need for connection deep within. Over time, these children internalize the belief that their needs are not important or will not be met by others. This coping mechanism is the child's way of protecting themselves from the pain of rejection and disappointment. Imagine a child who frequently tries to share their day with their parent, only to be met with a distracted or dismissive response. Gradually, the child stops sharing, believing that their experiences and feelings are insignificant. They develop a facade of independence, convincing themselves and others that they don't need anyone, all the while hiding a profound fear of being let down. Avoidant attachment doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's a learned behavior rooted in the child's early environment. Think of a child who, time after time, faces indifference or criticism when seeking support. To shield themselves from the emotional pain, they start to detach emotionally, suppress their need for intimacy, and become self-reliant. This self-reliance can seem like independence, but it often masks a deep-seated fear of rejection. Envision a teenager who has perfected the art of appearing self-sufficient. They excel in school, participate in extracurricular activities, and rarely ask for help. This outward independence is often praised, but it conceals a reluctance to trust others with their emotions. They have learned that relying on others only leads to disappointment, so they retreat into their own world, maintaining control by keeping their true feelings hidden. You probably heard of adults who seem distant in relationships, who have difficulty expressing their emotions or relying on others. This behavior is often the legacy of avoidant attachment. These individuals might have grown up in environments where showing vulnerability was met with a negative response, leading them to avoid emotional closeness as a form of self-protection. Think of an adult who, despite having close friends and a romantic partner, struggles to share their innermost thoughts and feelings. They may seem aloof or detached, creating a barrier that prevents deep emotional intimacy. This pattern stems from a childhood where showing vulnerability was risky, and they learned to equate closeness with potential hurt. As a result, they keep others at arm's length, afraid that true intimacy will lead to pain. Understanding the origins of avoidant attachment is crucial for addressing and healing these patterns. It requires recognizing the early influences and the ways in which these experiences shape adult relationships. By doing so, individuals can begin to challenge these ingrained beliefs and develop healthier, more fulfilling connections. Consider the journey of an individual who begins to recognize their avoidant tendencies. With the help of therapy and self-reflection, they start to understand how their childhood experiences shaped their current behaviors. They learn to communicate their needs more openly and to trust that others can and will respond with empathy and support. This process is not easy and involves confronting deeply held fears, but it leads to the possibility of forming more authentic and meaningful relationships. If you found this exploration valuable and want to dive deeper into the world of dating advice, relationship insights, and self-discovery, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more content that will equip you with the tools to navigate the dating landscape with confidence and clarity. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Together, we'll continue to unravel the mysteries of love, one insight at a time. Here's to building meaningful connections and cultivating relationships that stand the test of time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and stay empowered. Subscribe for more. By delving into the roots of avoidant attachment, we not only uncover the impact of early childhood experiences, but also open the door to healing and transformation. Understanding these patterns is the first step toward building healthier relationships and fostering genuine emotional connections. So, let's embark on this journey of self-discovery together, armed with knowledge and compassion.